Most people don't fail because they are weak. They fail because they protect comfort more than their future. And that truth already makes most people uncomfortable. Because comfort feels safe, but it quietly destroys potential. Most people don't fail because they are stupid. They don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they protect their comfort more than their future. And that truth alone already makes most people uncomfortable. You see, the world is not divided between the rich and the poor. It's divided between those who tell themselves the truth and those who build a life around excuses. From the outside, average lives look normal, safe, acceptable. But from the inside, they are heavy, quietly suffocating, filled with dreams that were slowly negotiated down year after year, until nothing dangerous remained. And here's the part nobody wants to hear. Most people don't want success. They want the appearance of progress without the pain of change. They want motivation without discipline, confidence without competence, results without sacrifice. That's why they stay exactly where they are. Let me ask you something uncomfortable. If your life stayed exactly the same for the next 5 years, same income, same habits, same energy, same excuses, would you be satisfied? If the answer is no, then this message is for you. If the answer is yes, you probably won't last until the end of this video, because truth is heavy, and most people drop at the moment it starts to hurt. The average person wakes up already tired, not physically, mentally, tired of responsibility, tired of decisions, tired of thinking long-term. So they numb themselves, they scroll, they watch, they consume other people's courage while avoiding their own. They call it relaxing, but deep down they know what it really is: escape. And escape is expensive, not in money, but in time. Time that never comes back. Time quietly stolen by comfort. Here is the brutal reality. Your life right now is the result of what you tolerate, not what you want, not what you dream about, what you accept. If you tolerate distraction, you get mediocrity. If you tolerate weakness, you get limitation. If you tolerate excuses, you get stagnation. And the world will not correct this for you. It rewards clarity. It rewards action. It rewards those who decide and then move. Most people never decide. They wait for confidence before acting. But confidence is a reward, not a prerequisite. They wait for motivation. But motivation is unreliable. It shows up when it wants and leaves when you need it most. Discipline, on the other hand, doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't negotiate. It doesn't ask for permission. That's why discipline builds empires. And motivation builds temporary excitement. Look closely at successful people. Not what they say, but how they live. They don't rely on bursts of inspiration. They rely on systems, standards, non-negotiables. They do the boring work when nobody is watching. They train when it's uncomfortable. They think when others distract themselves. And slowly, almost invisibly, the gap forms. At first, it's small, unnoticeable, but years later, it becomes unbridgeable. This is where resentment is born. Average people don't hate successful people because of money. They hate them because success is a mirror, a reminder of what could have been. So instead of changing, they criticize. Instead of learning, they label. Instead of growing, they justify. And justification is the most dangerous habit of all. Because once you justify weakness, you protect it. You build a life around it. Here's the truth nobody teaches you in school. Your mind is either trained or it is programmed by others. If you don't consciously decide what you believe, the world will decide for you. It will tell you what is realistic, what is possible, what is too much. And if you accept those limits without questioning them, you inherit someone else's ceiling. That's why most people never build wealth, strength, or mastery. They borrow beliefs from people who never had them. They take advice from those who settled. They follow examples that lead nowhere, and then they wonder why nothing changes. Change does not come from information. Everyone has information. Change comes from identity. The moment you stop asking, "What do I feel like doing?" and start asking, "What does the person I'm becoming do now?" That's the shift. That's where growth begins. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your standards. And standards are built in silence, in repetition, in moments no one applauds. Every day, you are casting a vote for the person you will become. One more excuse, or one more rep, one more delay, or one more step forward. And no, this is not about becoming obsessed or extreme. It's about becoming intentional. Because drifting is easy. Deliberate living is rare. And rarity always has value. If you want a different life, you must be willing to feel different emotions. Discomfort, doubt, loneliness. Because growth often feels like isolation at first. When you stop drinking with everyone, when you stop complaining with everyone, when you stop explaining your dreams to people who don't have any, you will feel alone. But that loneliness is temporary. Regret lasts much longer. Most people choose familiar pain over unfamiliar growth. They say, "At least I know the suffering." But the unknown is where power lives. You were not designed to survive. You were designed to expand. And expansion demands pressure. So if your life feels heavy right now, good. Pressure means potential. It means something inside you is asking for more. The question is not whether you can become stronger, wiser, richer, more disciplined. You can. The question is whether you are willing to stop lying to yourself long enough to do what that version of you would do today. Not tomorrow, not next year, today. Because the future is not built in dramatic moments. It's built in small, boring, consistent decisions. And those decisions compound, silently, relentlessly, until one day, people call you lucky, but you'll know the truth. You paid the price early, so you wouldn't pay it forever. And that's the difference between those who stay average and those who build empires inside and out